It's
Yes, yes,
okay. You are audible, visible both.
yes, yes. Good
Yes.
morning.
Morning. Good morning to you, madam. Good morning.
How are you?
So yes, I'm doing fine, madam. And what about you?
Yes, I'm doing well too. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is the very first season. After well, it is I have really felt honored that after a constant persuasion with you in email, you have approved my request to give a session with me. So yes, I am really glad to sit in front of you, and you have given me a chance to have a conversation with you. For that, I'm really thankful to you.
Thank you too for joining. So please introduce yourself. I would like to know a little about you before we begin.
Okay, okay, why not? Because it is a very fast session between us. So
Yes.
introduction part is mandatory so that we can know each other better. So yes, I am Shantanu Boshak. I'm connecting you from Kolkata. It is in the state of the West Bengal. I am a working professional. I do serve in a public sector bank. We have four members in our family, my daughter, my wife, me, and my mother. And if you ask me about my hobby, then I shall tell you that I'm a music lover. I do love to listen the songs of the period that is the 70, 80, and 90. My favorite singer is the Kishore Kumar. So that's all about me.
Yes, yes. So do you know about me or you want me to introduce myself now?
There is no necessity for separate the introduction of you because I have seen you, and I know about you. I have heard the introduction what you have given to the co-speakers and the co-learners. So, madam, there is no necessary to for your introduction. I know
Yes.
about it.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask me other than my introduction part?
Anything else with the just my main ambition to join with you because you know that in our West Bengal, in the state of the West Bengal, we do hardly find the opportunity to speak in English. We are in our neighborhoods. With our neighbors, with our office colleagues, in our family. So I think that because of the lack of practice of the English speaking, the fluency level is not up to the satisfactory level. So actually, to improve my the fluency level, I just trying to connect with the co-speakers and the tutors, and sometimes with my office colleagues, so that my English level, in order to brush up my English fluency level. So yes, I can say you that when the question comes for writing, then I do not hesitate a lot at the writing part. Do not give me much trouble. But when the question comes in the speaking, then the situation becomes different because here I need the instant sentence construction capability and the vocabulary, and the main thing is that the confidence. It is the level
Yes.
of the confidence that plays a lot, which factors a lot in the way of the speaking, in the way of the fluency. So yes,
Correct, correct.
these
Yes,
all
we
are the things.
used
So
to.
I just ask you. I just like to have your advice. How to improve the fluency level? I know that it is not a thing that what I can achieve overnight. So it requires a lot of time. The fluency will happen gradually. I know
Yes.
that, but still, as you are expert, as you are quite fluent, as you are a master in the English, so that is why I am just asking you, so what should I do in order to improve myself?
Mm. Yeah, because you need to speak a lot. As you say, you do not have an environment around you. You don't have people around you who
Right,
speak this language, right? On a daily basis,
right,
if you are interacting with people and talking in English, it would be way easier for you to improve. But when you do not have the environment, it becomes a little difficult for practicing by yourself. Then, fluency is nothing but you should be able to think and speak at the same time. You shouldn't like stop, think, and then translate and speak, right? So that is fluency. But when you do not have the environment, it becomes difficult for you, because then you have to practice with yourself, and you have to use other techniques when you have to speak to yourself, right? So when you the best way is by doing what you're doing now, interacting with people, tutors, or any co-learners. You need to have speaking practice consistently. So if you're having it
Yes, yes,
consistently every day, at least 3 to 4 times a week at least, then it will definitely improve. But when you take a gap for at least 4 or 5 days also, then you feel that again your fluency is affected. You're not able to speak as fluent again, because you find it lack of words or how to frame a sentence. Again, it becomes a question for you. So as consistent as possible, you have to practice speaking. That is the only way.
yes, yes, yes. What happens before the situation comes to me, I feel that I am confident, I can able to manage the situation. But when the situation actually comes in place, that time I do stuck a lot. My fluency gets stuck in the middle of the conversation. So why this thing is happening, so I'm just trying to figure out why this thing is happening. But yes, it is true, madam, what you told. Yes, whatever you told, yeah, it is true, madam. Yes, I have to maintain the consistency. I have to do the regular practice, because the fluency will automatically come. I do believe. I do believe in this. But yes, there. So yes, I'm trying that. I do not know when the result I will achieve. But yes, I'm just trying it wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly. I also believe that to do the things with full hearted. If someone does the anything which is half-hearted effort, that
Yes.
doesn't mean a lot, I think.
And you're a working professional as well, right? You're working full time.
Yes,
Then it becomes very difficult for you. You do not have an environment even at your workplace to speak in English. And I've
yes,
spoken
yes,
to
yes,
learners from Kolkata, and they have this issue that people are not very cooperative when it comes to talking in English. They are comfortable in their own native language, and that is why we find it difficult to get an environment of English to practice English. So yeah, that is a complaint I received. Yeah, I would say it is difficult for you because, as you told me in the mail, also you're free only after 9:30 p.m. So it becomes difficult
yes,
for
yes,
you
yes.
to make the time to practice English with somebody.
Yes, yes, yes. When I get the opportunity to speak in English, because when I go to the room of my bosses, actually that bosses, because you know that the bosses generally comes from Maharashtra, from South India. When we come face to face with my boss, then I do, but then I do, then that time I get the opportunity to speak with him in the English. But apart from speaking with my boss, with my colleagues, with our colleagues, we do generally speak in English in the local languages. So that is why it is really becomes difficult to do the conversation whole day in English only. So yes,
Just basic, like everyday sentences you can practice, but when it comes to having a conversation, it's usually at least 15-20 minutes long. Then you need more vocabulary, more sentences. Then it becomes challenging. If you are talking routinely to people, just like hello, how are you, these kind of stuff, that is easier. Here and there one sentence, that is okay. But when it comes to, like, you are not very frequent also when it comes to talking to your bosses, right? Because with your colleagues it's okay, but once a while when we
right,
get that
right.
opportunity, then it will be
Yes,
difficult
yes,
for
yes,
you.
yes, 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 yes. That kind of environment, the speaking environment doesn't persist, doesn't prevail in our West Bengal, because the quite a few number of people, they are only conversing themselves in the English. But apart from this group, a majority of the people are speaking in the local language.
Hmm.
Oh, how many kids do you have, madam?
I have two children. My daughter, she's 10
Mm,
years old. Yes, and my son is only
okay.
4.
Okay, okay. Then your son has keeping you busy all over the day, uh,
Yes,
because
yes.
uh, because she is just 4 years old. He is
Hmm.
just 4 years old. That is why he is keeping you busy all over the day.
Yeah,
So
but
yes.
thankfully he goes to school, so majority of the day from I'm busy. I mean, I'm free during the day when he is in school. But once they are around me, you can never have privacy. They just don't understand.
Yes, yes. So, madam, do you study at the English medium school, or you have started working the English after your school period is over?
No, I have been learning English since childhood. I went to English medium school.
Okay, okay, that is the biggest advantage because I think that either or at the West Bengal, there are so many schools which are named as the English medium schools, but these are for the namesake only.
Yes.
They are just conversing with the students, and the teachers are also conversing among themselves in the local language. Uh,
Correct.
uh, in in the name it is the English medium school, but they are not talking with the students, and the students are also not talking with his or her friends in English language. They are talking almost all the time in the local language. So here there is the dearth of the English medium good availability of the good English medium schools in our Kolkata.
Yes,
So
yes,
that is what
it
I
is
think.
everywhere. Yeah, because just for namesake, it is English medium school, but
Right,
students are not
right.
encouraged to speak in English. And once they finish their education and they're out looking for work, that is when the real challenge hits, because they are not
Right.
practiced to speaking. They like biggest disadvantage is they say that I am able to understand. I can read, write. When I read mails, fantastic. It is written English is very good. But when it comes to
Mm.
interacting and speaking with a person, it is quite different. They are not very good in
Different.
speaking because they do not have practice
Right.
of speaking. They have a lot of practice in writing, understanding, but speaking it is difficult.
Speaking part is a different thing. I think that much we practice, better we become. If we practice more, the
Yes.
result will come. A result will come fast. But if we do not practice sufficiently in a day, then the result will the achievement of the result will get delayed, I think.
Yes, yes, and the effort also has to be from the student. They also have to be equally interested in learning the language. Well, I was lucky enough, even at home, I was encouraged to learn and speak and communicate well. So it was a two-way, not only school, even at home, I had that environment where my dad used to encourage us to learn, be confident, and communicate well, not only English, but other aspects also. So in that is the main reason that both the way I got an advantage. That is why I was able to improve. So if it comes only to school, maybe I wouldn't be this efficient.
Yes, yes. I have heard that in your one or two at the YouTube videos, you have told this story that your dad was very strict, and if some phone call came, then your dad used to ask you and your siblings just to hold the phone calls and answer answer the gentleman in English only.
Correct. You saw
You
that video.
Yes, yes, yes. I just I have watched your almost all the videos, and after listening your English speaking fluency, I was so intrigued to have a class or have a conversation with you so that I can get some tips and advices from you, which will help me to improve my English fluency journey. So
Yes.
yes, I heard it, and I still remember that what you have told that co-learners or that's a person. Your dad was very hard, very strict person. He used to ask you and your sibling that just whenever one phone call come, you people just receive it and answer properly to the
Correct.
gentleman or woman in English only, not
Correct.
not the local language. So yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. This type of environment is required. I think that if someone is passionate to learn the language, then he should have to practice the
Yeah,
same consistently and regular basis.
correct. It's
It
not
is
easy.
it is it is not. It is, but I think that whatever vocabulary and whatever grammar and whatever sentence formation capability do we have, that is suffice. That is sufficient to speak in English. But the main thing is that because of the lack of practice, we are not just getting the confidence. We are
Correct.
not because the positive mindness is the prime thing. If someone is positive and someone is having the belief or self belief that yes, I can, then the thing will become easier to him.
Mm. Correct.
Because
Correct.
positive mindness, if someone is having the positive mentality, then
Mhm.
the 75% battle is on.
Correct.
That is
Correct.
my belief.
Yes, yes, and you should be motivated also. You should not give up because it nothing is easy, right? So if you are not able to improve in 3 months or something, you give up that it is not my cup of tea. I can't do it, but it is difficult. And now in the olden days, at least audio call was enough. But now you are put into situation where you have to face people and speak, maybe in video calls or real world also. Then it becomes, even your confidence will you will be challenged at that time because confidence is different when you speak on audio calls and when you see the person and speak. You
Right,
kind of
right, right.
forget what you want to say when you face people.
Right. Whatever situation or whatever difficulties I have faced
Mm.
when I attended some retirement ceremony or some get together ceremony, when I was asked to say something, then that time I fumbled a lot. So I started in English, and in the middle I was just switched over to the local language because I found that it was not so easy. Whatever comfort
Mm.
we are feeling while we write in English, but speaking in English is totally different thing.
Yes.
Facing a large audience, and the bosses are sitting beside me, and in that situation, I was asked to say something that it is a very tough situation to me. So yes, I have faced so many times, a lot of times I have faced that situation, and before I dive into the situation, I feel that I am at comfortable. I can do that. But when the situation really comes in front of me, the situation turned the different, and that time.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. Because you are not put into that situation very often. If you have to face it
Very.
every single day, and also if you know beforehand that you have to speak like that, so at least you can prepare yourself a little bit. But when suddenly somebody asks you to tell a few words, it
Yes,
becomes
yes,
even
yes,
difficult
yes.
for you.
It becomes very difficult. So, madam, I just ask you the one question. Just I am even nowadays connecting to the so many YouTubers, those who are also practicing or working over this language to improve herself or himself. I was also connecting with so many people, not so many people. After coming home, I just connected just having chat with one or two. Is it the right way? I am stepping forward. I am going forward to improve myself.
Yes, it is the right way. And also, I would say when you're talking to YouTubers or learners, then you won't be consistent. Correct? You need to wait for their reply and you need to arrange a time. So, if you're taking care of the consistency part, it is right. You are having a
Okay.
speaking practice. But also, in order to improve, you need to interact with somebody who is better than you.
Okay.
Yeah, who is better than
Okay.
you in speaking English. Okay, in that
Okay.
case, you will improve your language. But just for having a speaking practice, you can talk to anybody.
Okay.
All good? Were you able to hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yes, madam.
Yeah. Were you able to hear what I told you?
Actually, I don't know. My all of a sudden my speaker has gone off. So
Okay, so maybe the charging is over. Is low.
maybe the charge has the exhausted. That is
Yeah.
why. That is why. So
But that's okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yes. So did you get my answer, or you want me to repeat?
I please no. Yes. Please. If you repeat it, it would be better to me because I did not get the answer.
Okay. Yeah, you were asking me whether that is the right approach what you're following,
Yes, yes,
talking
yes,
to
yes.
YouTubers,
Yes, yes,
right? So I
yes.
would say, yeah, it is the right approach, but you need to be consistent with it because not every
Okay.
day you will have somebody to practice it with, and you also have to
Okay.
speak to somebody who is better than you in order to improve.
Okay.
But just having a
Right.
speaking practice, it is okay. You can practice with anybody. But if you get a
Okay.
chance and if you are able to do it, you should practice it with a tutor or some platform where you can learn spoken English. That way, you will be consistent. You have to take this much number of classes in a week. That will be a thing. So then you will push yourself to practice every day. That is also an option. If you can do that, or else whatever you're doing is also okay. I used to work for a platform called engtalki.
In
engtalki,
talking.
yeah, that is another platform. But you do your own research because there are a lot of videos where you can see the tutors, how and their level
Yes.
of speaking. So you can choose. Yeah, it is a good option actually if you want to improve, and it is always better for
Yes.
you to talk to a tutor because they speak better than you. They have more knowledge than
Right.
us, right?
Right. 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 Because they are also trainer. They can give me the some of the advices on which area I need to improve and how do I work upon in this language. They are the better person to give me those kind of the advices, I think.
Yes, yes. And you will also push yourself to be consistent because when you have
Right.
paid the platform, you have to join. You have to take the
Yes.
minimum amount of classes. So that way you will not have an option. Shall I join or not join? Whether I received mail from them or no. So you have to join and you will practice. If it was a
Oh,
student, I wouldn't recommend them because they are quite expensive, right? Being able to pay for platforms. But since you're a working professional, if you can do it, it's well and good.
okay. Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Mm. So do you work only 5 days a week?
No. It is not yet at the started in our at the banking area. We are at the working at the 6 days and second and at the fourth Saturday is the holiday in our bank. As I am serving in a
Okay.
public sector bank, so second and fourth Saturday is a holiday in our
Mm.
at the bank and there is a demand. There is a demand to do at the 5 days week from our at the association level, but that demand is not yet accepted by the government because Chamber of Commerce is posing some problem and they are not agreeable to allow the bank to work on the 5 days basis in a week. So yes, it is not yet started, but I think that it will take time to implement this 5 days week in banking
Yeah.
sector.
Yeah, I think banking sector is one of the very good sectors to work for, right? Because it
No,
has
it
a
is
very good reputation when you see people, they prefer people working in
no.
banks.
No, it is not like that because, madam, nowadays the banking sector is is suffering from lack of manpower everywhere. The infrastructure the facility is not adequate because the work pressure is keep on mounting day after day. But in comparison to the work pressure, we are suffering from the lack of manpower. So it is really becoming tough to tougher every day.
I think in the past, maybe a decade earlier, I mean a decade earlier, it was easier. Bank and government jobs, people used to be biased towards it. Everybody wants to get into those sectors, but now things are changing.
Yes. Things are changing.
So, how many years of work experience do you have now in the banking sector?
I have more than 25 years experience in the banking sector.
So, you have
Uh,
seen changing trends.
Yes, 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 yes. There are so many changing trends I have seen. There are so many system changes are also happened during my tenure of the banking services. Yes, I have seen a lot of changes. But nowadays I can say you that it is really very difficult. Nowadays it is really very difficult to work in the banking sector because the publics are very demanding nowadays. Because if you are not able to meet as per the expectation of the public, then the public will go for the complaining complaint. Public will complain
Yes.
to the higher ups, and in this way we are really not. Now it is not enjoyable. uh,
Mm. But you
but
were
in the
lucky when you joined. It was enjoyable and it was privileged
that
when you
time
joined.
that time situation was different, but now the situation. Okay,
Mm.
madam.
Okay.
So,
Yes, it was
so
nice
thank
talking to
you.
you today.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have a talk. And I am expecting to do the more sessions with you. If you find time, then I shall keep on at the messaging to you. If you find time, then if you accept my request, then we can
Oh,
have another one or two sessions.
okay. Yeah. Good luck. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.